Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this review, we are looking at the McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse Batman Earth minus or negative 11. And I'll tell you what, as far as Batman goes, this one definitely has the best figure. All the puns intended. So this one is, I guess, like in Aqua, you guys can tell me, I don't read most comics, and I don't read any comics, honestly, actually. I don't read any comics, and I definitely haven't read these Dark Knight's Metal things or whatever it is. So this is Aqualady, maybe zombie Batman? I don't know. You guys are going to have to let me know in the comment section below. I'm not going to look it up because it's not relevant to the review. I'm just going to talk about the figure and its qualities and or problems. So let's go ahead and get it off the stand and take a closer look. This one stands just about 7 inches, which makes it pretty close to 18 centimeters. And here's my question of the day. Are you guys happy with figures like this? Do you guys want these really obscure things? Or do you want more of the mainstream figures, characters? I know you're not going to say you want more Batman because that's all we're getting, but I mean, like, other mainstream characters do exist outside of Batman and weird versions of Batman like this. So let me know what you're thinking. I'm sure a lot of you are going to say you like these things because you don't have anything collectible-wise. And a lot of you are going to say, I want mainstream stuff because I couldn't care less about that one storyline or whatever it is. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Alright, so let's go ahead and talk about the aesthetics of this figure. As far as Batman goes, this one has boobs and is looking like a female, but it is called Batman. And I don't know how to handle that, so I'm going to stay as far away from that as possible and just talk about the figure as it is. It looks really, really good. There's all kinds of paint where it belongs, like the little silver things on here look really nice. I mean, they're not perfectly clean, but they're on there. The brown paint, the green paint, that's all good. The skin tone looks good. The necklace is painted well. The eye thingy is painted well. The mouth is painted well. The only thing that stands out to me as missing is a different color paint for the straps for the eyepiece. That should be a darker color, a different color. It is the same color as the rest of the head, and that looks bad. There is shading on the hair. That looks really nice. The kelp skirt is kind of glossy, so I guess that's supposed to be like that. Lots of sculpted texture throughout. As is usual, McFarlane sculpts are very, very good. Really nicely done. No weird head sloping or anything like that. That's fine. Sculpt is good. Paints are good enough. I'm very pleased with the aesthetic. Overall, it's very, very nice. I will give it a 9 out of 10 for this price point. It's really good. There's a little bit of room for improvement, but still, it's very, very good. Okay, let's talk about accessories. We have the trident, which is actually a trident, I might add, so that's cool. And it is not a floppy piece of plastic like Shao Kahn's hammer, so that is very nice. Nice gold paint on there. And then we also get the trading card, which is more of a collector's card. And we get a black display stand. That is it. Nothing else. So that's a little bit of a bummer. 5 out of 10 for accessories. That's not great. And I would like to think that some fist hands would be nice, especially considering the hands we have are, not great. We have a trigger finger hand for holding the trident, and then another one that just looks like it has arthritis. Not the best batch of hands. Okay, let's go ahead and talk about the articulation. The head is on your double ball peg, but because of the hair and the collar, it's going to do almost nothing. You're going to get some range, but very, very little. Not a whole lot going on there. Now, this is something that does bother me. Now, it's mostly going to be hidden. That's why I didn't mention it in the aesthetic. Also, I forgot. But the jacket is a soft piece of plastic that's on top of the body, and that's fine. That's usual. But what they did is they cut out all of the torso in order to do... I don't know why they did that. They didn't need to do that. They could have at least put something in there. It didn't have to be nothing. So when you pose it and the jacket comes out of place at all, you just see right into there's no body. It's just the boobs. It's just boobs, which is, normally okay for me, but in this case, it's not a good thing. You see right into where the rib cage would be, and it's just hollow. So you can move around the arm a whole bunch, but if you do that, you can see all the guts of that joint. And I know it's too dark for you guys to actually be able to see it, but that's not a good thing. But the shoulder itself, as a result, does work nicely, so no complaints in that regard. Bicep swivel is fine, double jointed elbow is fine. It is possible to do double jointed elbows on females. Wrists are on a ball hinge, that's good. The ball hinge is the right size for the joint. It doesn't look too big, it doesn't look too small, and as a result of that, you get good range and a decent enough aesthetic. So I like that, that's good. The torso does have articulation underneath this. This is a soft piece going from it's basically the whole corset, including the boob cups, down to the kelp. It's one piece, no separate parts or anything like that, but there is, it feels like hinges. It could be a ball peg, It feels like 2 hinges to me, but it could be ball pegs. But you get some range, but they don't really want to stay because you're stretching and folding the plastic here. So it's virtually worthless. You can rotate on it, and that's fine. Now for the hips, this one pops off way too easily because that style of hips is not a good style of hips in the first place. We'll leave it off for now. And that's as far up as it goes, so pretty limited range going forward. Going back is not bad. Going out to the side is not bad. If there's a thigh swivel, it doesn't want to work on mine. Double jointed knees work just fine. No problem there. Perfectly good range. Ball hinge ankles, way too big. And the way they're cutting their ankles is kind of silly. So they cut it from the side like this. I don't know why. Other than from the front, it would look too big. But as a result, you can't move the foot forward far enough. And you only move it back a little bit. But you get like the world's craziest sideways motion because of the way they're cutting them. That doesn't make sense. Just put regular ankle joints in if you don't like the way ball hinges work, because this doesn't look good. It doesn't look good. It doesn't function well. It's kind of silly. You get a toe hinge, which also doesn't work well because you get the big spike coming out of the bottom. So another joint that just doesn't function because you have a big spike. There's literally no point in adding articulation that cannot be used. So why do it? Just to put it on the box, extra point of articulation? Well, that's not good enough. So I don't get it. So articulation on this figure is really not good. The arms are decent, and that's about it. Arms and knees. So 6 out of 10. It's going to look really good standing there on the shelf, especially if you went in and did like a wash on all this textured stuff. Give it a little bit more paint, it would look great. But as it is, it still does have a lot of paint and look nice. Sculpts are great, but the articulation blows. So yeah, final verdict on this figure, it looks really good, and that's mostly what they're going for. But the thing is, they are adding articulation. It just doesn't work, and the articulation itself doesn't look good, so I don't understand it. They really should just decide if they want to do less articulation and make the things look good, or add the articulation and make it function and look good enough. They're kind of in some kind of weird middle ground that's just not good. So final verdict on this figure is 7 out of 10. Too many things don't work right. But it does have a really nice sculpt and definitely good enough paints. So there it is, guys. There's my verdict. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please do give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. And if you haven't subscribed, you might want to. I have new videos almost every single day and thousands already on the channel. So make sure you come back for all of that. And in the meantime, keep collecting.